What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Hakai. I'm back with another tier list. Now your boy has to push the tier list back a little bit because I was trying to find no new ways to invent my my channel as far as how I do the tier list. So there's that. So the template I used to make my tier list this month, I didn't have access to these two characters on it. So I'm going to be talking about the new Trunks and the new Cell beforehand. Then we're going to go into the full tier list after I'm done talking about these units and giving my thoughts to what tier they are in. So I'll talk about Trunks first because I think Trunks is more probably the hype unit anyway. So Trunks, I really like Trunks, man. He's a really powerful melee unit. It's just like that's straight up. That's just straight up like pretty much all he really is. Not all he really is, but the biggest thing about him, he's just a super hard hitting melee unit. He could do crazy strike damage. He's one of those units that it takes a little bit, not really long to get warmed up, but you don't see his full potential until like later in the match. Well, the longer he's in the match, he'll be able to output more damage. But when he's in the match for like 8-12 timer counts, it's just like, bro, he just put the claps on almost any unit. Plus his anti-regen, which is pretty good for this meta. Plus he minus 40 to health restoration was also pretty solid when going up against all those regen character. Really a solid all-around strike unit. I definitely think that he's just about S plus S minus. You could debate putting him not S minus, but you could debate putting him only S, but I think I'll just leave him in between there. I don't think I could fully choose one, but if I was forced to choose one, I'll probably just leave him and probably just S. Like, he's really good, really powerful strike unit. Increase our draw speed. He has everything that a powerful strike unit would need. You could debate putting him in S plus though. I really do like this unit. He's really impressive, and I definitely think he's worthy of being in the higher bracket of S tier units. Now here, let's take a look at Cell. Now Cell, I gave him a little bit more of the edge, and I'm not being biased here because Cell's my favorite villain. But the reason why I gave him a little bit more of the edge was just because his team is a little bit better, and his healing is just really effective. So he heals every time he comes into the match, and also he's able to heal every time he gets his green card to connect as well. So that's just crazy that he's having access to all that healing. So really all this powerful stuff there. Plus this right here, if he's in the match for just 12 timer counts, which is not super long but not super short, but no, it's 12 timer counts. If he's in the match, he gets a 50% damage received debuff to all of your enemies. So all your enemies will take 50% extra damage when this Cell is in the match for only 12 timer counts, which is really good and a really powerful ability. I really like that. When you combine that with his 50% damage inflicted that he already gets from just 3 timer counts, you have a really powerful blast unit here, and you combine that with his healing and all that extra stuff, it makes him to be a very tough unit to go up against, especially if he's in the match for too long. So there's my opinions on the new Trunks and the new Cell. So let's go ahead and transition to the full tier list, and we'll fully break down the rest of these units, how I feel about them. Oh, I think Cell is a S plus, by the way, guaranteed S plus, by the way. But if I didn't already mention that, yeah. So let's transition to the full tier list, and let's just see the rest of the full tier list, and yeah, you guys get what I'm saying, man. All right, so we are here with the full tier list here. So the problem that I know that I'm used to having, that I think I'm starting to see, is that I spend a little bit too much time talking about how why I put certain units in certain tiers sometimes. So I'm going to try and lower on that and just try and talk about the main points and just kind of get it over with. And if you guys have any problems or debates, stuff like that, I'll probably get more in depth in the comment section about that stuff with you guys. So there's that. So first off, in Z tier, we have the boy LF Vegeta. I don't even want to discuss it. I still think that LF Vegeta is pretty much Z tier. His ability to act as such a great support unit and such a heavy hitter for any of the teams or tags that he supports or is on is just such a major factor. When Future gets a lot more of a buff, I really would like to see how crazy this guy would be, like with Super, like Vegito Blue or something like that. Well, he only, well, yeah, because Vegito Blue will be God Key, and he buffs God Key as well with his like buffing type passive support type ability. So does that. So not gonna debate on that. I still think that he's definitely Z tier, my personal opinion. Like, you gotta understand, this is still my personal tier list. So I try not to be biased. I always try to spit facts, but like, the certain things I value more than other people, so people are always going to debate on that. So there's that. So Bojack, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit, bro. Bojack's cover rescue is out of pocket. That shit is out of line. He still has probably the best cover rescue in the game, in my personal opinion. And it's not just his cover rescue that still makes him good, but it just plays such a massive factor why he's just such a tough unit to deal against. Even up to now, I still personally think that Bojack is Z tier, and I'm not even going to talk about it for too much because most of you guys already know how crazy Bojack is. Crazy strike damage, OP ass cover rescue. Not gonna talk about anymore. Same thing with Yellow Gohan. Not gonna talk too much because you guys already know what this guy's able to do. A lot of people will start ready to quick to knock him down a few tiers just because Bardock came out, but trust me, Bardock was he's a solid counter to him, but do not get it twisted. But Go High is still a top tier unit. He still is worthy of Z tier in my personal opinion, I must say. So Zenkai 1 level Buu, because I am talking about Zenkai 1 level 1. He's definitely probably the best Zenkai unit in my personal opinion at level 1 compared to any other Zenkai in my personal opinion. I just have to say he's able to be so effective in so many ways. His lock-in, he's able to do pretty solid crazy damage to pretty much like almost any unit. Not I'm gonna say any unit, but no, if he has type advantage or if no, it's not like a super tanky unit, he's able to do a lot of crazy good damage. And also his ability to heal and take so much damage, like it's just crazy. He's a really effective and powerful unit, and he is definitely worthy of being a Z tier. Same thing with Zenkai Beerus. It's kind of tough to kind of not annihilate, but analyze him, because I honestly still don't really see him that much in PvP. From the amount of damage and stuff I have been able to see from like the few times that I've gone up against him, I think he's still worthy of being Z tier. You can debate that one. You can honestly debate that one, because it's like he's like a ghost in PvP, bro. It's like if they would have gave him if they would have took away the 7-star restriction, we would have been seeing Zenkai Beerus everywhere. But he's one of the more harder units to pull in the game, so there's that. So Android 21, I definitely want to say that she is worthy to be a Z tier. Now you guys may debate this one and may put her at S+. I think she's Z tier just for what she's able to provide. Like, she has the perfect kit for our melee unit. She has increased our draw speed. She's able to heal with her green card. She has a special move that can almost one-shot any unit in the game. She has just so much utility into her kit and stuff like that. And it seems very simple, but what she's able to provide is just so crazy as far as an offensive unit, and she can apply so much offensive pressure to the team, and she can extend combos for so long. I just had to keep her in Z tier in my personal opinion, so there's that. So S+. Let's get into S+. So when it comes to the S+ units, right, we have Bardock. I really do like Bardock. I still think that he may be debatable Z, but I ain't gonna lie, last month I may have jumped the gun a little bit too much when it came to Bardock. Like, he's really a good solid unit, don't get it twisted, but Saiyans always they still, like, they're really good, but I think they really need a top tier green. Like, they're missing out on top tier green, because LF SJ3 Goku, he ain't it, bro. He ain't it. I'm sorry. A lot of people always kind of get on me for how much I criticize that unit, but he ain't it. And I feel like they just need a few other options, but they really need a solid green option altogether. And I think it would really help Saiyans really get to more of a higher status. But it's always tough, because every time Saiyans start becoming too powerful, LOE just comes in, it just shuts them down in some way or capacity. But if you play like, they don't have any crazy options to fall back on outside of Bardock and maybe like the new Goku, but I still think that Bardock, he's able to provide a crazy last minute standing unit, able to output crazy damage. I think he's worthy of S+. You can debate putting him in Z if you want to. Now SSJ4 Goku, he actually got knocked down. Now this hurts, because your boy is SSJ4 is my favorite form in all of Dragon Ball, but I can't be biased here, and I gotta try and spit facts. He's still good, don't get it twisted. S+ is still craziest units in the game, don't get that twisted, but I still think that he has got knocked back a peg just because his team didn't really get a good update with Shin Senran and Baby Vegeta. They just weren't really that much of a good, crazy powerful build to make the team top tier. And he's still solid on Saiyans, but I still feel like he's missing a lot more units around him to make him a better, all-around powerful unit, as far as his main teams and stuff like that, his main tags. So still a powerful unit, still able to be very effective, because he has his lock-in with his special move and all that stuff. Really crazy, really good unit. So now the new Super Vegito, or transforming base Vegito into Super Vegito, I really think this guy is good. He can potentially become Z tier in the future, maybe when like fusions get one more buff. I feel like they still need one. I think they need a new red unit and a few more things in my personal opinion, but there is that. I definitely think this guy is pretty top tier. His ability to stack his damage inflicted, not stack his damage, but stack his special move damage is really effective. He's basically kind of like a one-shot type nuker. Like, you kind of able to do some good blast damage with him, and then you want to go try and see if you can get to a special move and just kind of just nuke your enemies, and it really is pretty effective. And all around, he just has a pretty solid kit, just about what you expect from a Vegito card, not gonna lie. So Super Vegito, the reason why I knocked him down a peg from being Z tier, in my personal opinion, is just because I feel like, I'm not gonna say that he's just falling off, because he's still a pretty good unit, but I feel like he hasn't fallen off, but all the other units are just starting to catch up or just become more stronger, because the big thing that made Super Vegeta OP in my personal opinion, why I kept him in Z tier for so long, was his ability to cancel attribute upgrades. But the reason why that's not as big as anymore, because a lot of these units, they're making them to where they have passives so where cannot be canceled and stuff like that, so where attribute upgrades cannot be taken away by Super Vegeto's main ability. So it's not really a nerf to him, but it's just to show that the meta just constantly changing and evolving. And his that main thing that kind of, for me, that personally I think why I put him in Z tier for so long is kind of the reason why I decided I was gonna knock him down a peg. It's just that everybody else is just getting stronger and stuff like that. He's just starting to show his age a little bit, but don't get it twisted, he's still a very powerful unit. He can still put in a lot of work with Super Vegito. There's that. So next we have LF Frieza. Now I know a lot of people think he's Z tier, but I don't know. I don't see it, bro. Like, I see where his utility is really good, and he provides a good crazy amount of utility for LOE. Don't get it twisted. His ability to chain his green card off his cover rescue is pretty crazy. That's a crazy ass ability, because it isn't immobilized and you're pretty much just stuck there. You can't do anything. And also him holding a blue card is really solid. He also he has the debuffs where you come into the match, causes all your cards to go up, like strike and blast cards. So really good. He has a good amount of utility. Really great support unit. But I don't know, I can't, it's just, this may be a personal thing for me, but from what I've seen from him, there's just not that one thing that I puts him over the edge in my personal opinion. Maybe it's the damage, because he doesn't really have, I don't want to say damage is everything, but it's just damn, when you see his damage sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't know, man. And then he gets bodied by almost any yellow unit, but that's any purple unit though. So it's really hard. I feel like in the future down the line, maybe if LOE gets 1 or 2 more powerful top tier units, I'm trying to think of who, he may become better, because with support units, it all depends on how good the team is all together and how powerful he making the team as a whole when it comes to support units, because they're playing the role as being a support unit for everybody else. They're not trying to stick out and do damage here and there. So that's a personal reason why I think that what he provides is good enough to put him in S+, but I don't think it's good enough to put him in Z, in my personal opinion. Don't get it twisted. He's still a really good unit, but all around, what he's just not Z in my opinion, from what I've seen, just looking at his kit and evaluating it. So there's that. So we have Reginumber. I think is really, really good, worthy of being an S tier. He has one of the best green cards in the game. He's able to chain into pretty much anything after you use it, and it makes him do crazy strike damage. That's all I'm going to talk about it, because that's all you really need to know about Reginumber. He's just a phenomenal strike unit, and also him being anti-Saga from the movies is pretty powerful as well, because Saga from the movies have been tearing it up for the past few months as well. Now LF Goku, I debated even putting him at S+. You could kind of knock him down to S if you want to. He's kind of falling off. I'm not gonna say he's falling off, but he's just not as crazy as he was when he first came out, because the slight nerfs that they made to how vanish recovery works and stuff like that, now how you get punished when lean back too much and stuff like that, it made it to where it's not really OP how it used to be, trying to get off his special move counter. But he still is a very powerful and dangerous last man standing unit. Don't get it twisted. Now the new Gohan, the Zenkai 1 Gohan, this one was a real wild one, because I haven't had too much time going up against him, and I haven't seen too much action. But this is purely just kind of me just going off of my evaluation off of his kit, because he's off his Zenkai kit, and I definitely will put him in S+ because of that. He's just gonna be able to put out really crazy strike damage. He's one of those units that may vary on how high you have his Zenkai level, how much damage you'll be able to output. But yeah, but like I said, Zenkais is always a little bit more weird trying to rank them. So for now, I just want to put him at S+ just off of a pure evaluation of his kit. So there's that. So next we have S+, I mean not S+, but we have S tier. So we have Fiku. Now Fiku, I know some people may debate that, or may put him in S+, but the reason why I didn't put him in S+, because Fiku, while he is a crazy support unit, he cannot take a hit for nothing. I swear it. This man gets hits once, it feels like his health is just depleted. He's a crazy support unit, and for a support unit, he outputs some crazy damage, but to make up for that, he is a super glass cannon. And no, sometimes it can be tough trying to run him, because you make a mistake one time with Fiku and you feel like the match is over, to be honest. But all around, really, really good, solid support unit, able to output some really crazy damage for a support unit, and able to provide really crazy amount of damage for the rest of his team. Really, really, really good. And also he helps with healing with his ultimate and stuff like that. Solid unit, really, really solid unit, but super glass cannon. Now Broly in Chile, I like Broly and Chile. They're good, but I don't think they're crazy over the top, right? Like they like don't get it twisted. Like their ability to farm no Dragon Balls is really cool. And they kind of have this ability where they stop you from getting your Dragon Balls faster depending on what you get with their green card. But they're just about that. They're like kind of semi good rise and rush farmers with their green card and stuff like that. Well, not with their green card, but with their passive, because over time they automatically gain a Dragon Ball just for being in the match, and they're able just to output really crazy strike damage after a few swaps. But outside of that, nothing too crazy that's just game breaking, my personal opinion. But I really do like the unit, and I definitely think they're worthy of being S tier. Now Yellow Cell, not going to talk too much on Yellow Cell because you guys already know how good this guy is. Just able to output crazy strike damage, green card, crazy effective, cover rush you. Still probably, I'm not gonna lie, I still think he's better, the best yellow option for region at this point in time. SSJ4 Vegeta, I actually did knock him down a little bit because I've seen as time has come on, he's still able to output crazy damage, but I'm starting to see how him being kind of a little bit of a glass cannon as well can become a little bit of a problem because he gets clapped super easy. And the way GT is set up right now, if he dies super early, it's hard to clutch a match with just like Super Baby 2 or just SSJ4 Goku. You could do it, but it's a little tougher. But yeah, really good solid unit. He's able to output crazy blast damage as well as top is being a semi support unit with his main ability. So there's that. So Super Baby 2, a lot of people hold this guy in high regards just because region is kind of dominating the meta and this guy's a core team for region. But personally, him like particularly just like unit by himself, I don't think he's bad. Don't get it twisted. He's a good support unit, but I don't think he's like as high as some people rank him in my personal opinion. That's just me, but he's really a good support unit. Being anti-hybrid and anti-saiyan is pretty good for almost any meta, and him having a health restoration increase is just reason why Regen is probably so much of a taking team as they are now. But really good support unit, worthy to be the S. You could debate probably put him at S+, but that's the highest I'll ever put him. But I think S is a good spot for him. Rose pretty good with his debuffs. You guys pretty much all know what he does. Like his debuff is pretty much his biggest asset in my personal opinion. Outside of that, Rose ain't really doing nothing too fancy. That's the only reason why I almost even considering even bringing Rose to any match, because I think of, oh yeah, maybe if I get these debuffs it'll be pretty crazy. But there's that. So the transforming Super Saiyan Vegeta that goes into God Vegeta, he's really good. I actually shit talking him a lot when he first came out just because personal reasons, and I feel like he wasn't really a crazy fit for Vegeta family. He's really good, but the biggest problem with him is that once he pops his main and once he loses all those buffs after he pops his main, he loses all those extra buffs that he gets out he pops his main, his damage sees a massive drop off. Like it goes from just being crazy, stupid, ridiculous, and it goes back to being just okay damage. That's why I'm kind of just meh on him. Like yeah, when he gets at his highest point of damage, his damage he can hit really hard, like do a lot of blast damage. But once once those buffs start going away after like 10 time counts, he doesn't get enough time to stack the rest of his buffs. It kind of sees a massive drop off. That's why it's just kind of meh as far as like how I feel about him. But the damage is enough to worth you to put him in S, maybe S minus, somewhere around there. But S is a good spot for him. This Vegeta, everybody kind of knows this Vegeta does. Not gonna speak on him for too much longer because he's able to output crazy strike damage. All around, really good unit. Still a staple unit for a movie team to this day. I did not mean to put these two Vegetas next to them on purpose, by the way. So there's that. So Legends roll Gohan. After testing this guy out on the new Hybrid Saiyan teams with the red of Vegeta, not red Vegeta, but the red Trunks, I always liked this unit, but I actually liked him a lot more. He just brings so much utility to the team, being a semi-support unit, able to output crazy strike damage. It's just all around really crazy, really good unit. I really do like that unit. I think he's worthy of being S tier. You could put him in S minus if you want to, but I think he is worthy of being an S tier as just how good he is being a melee semi-support unit as well. So there's that. Full Power Frieza, definitely worthy of being an S tier. You combine Full Power Frieza with the new or LF Frieza, it's just crazy because the amount of green cards they're able to get and the damage that Frieza was able to do is just pretty crazy. So it's pretty solid. So now S minus, we have LF Piccolo. Now some people may be salty about this, but I don't think LF Piccolo is really all that, to be honest. Like I think Cell is still probably the go-to yellow option. That's just to show you, like, if you want to go for the pure tanky team for region, sure, you can try and go for LF Piccolo, but he's not really doing anything too special. Like at least he has like 60% blast damage that's not cancelable. But outside of that, the best thing about him, it's like he's kind of just, you're just trying to last out in the match as long as you can, and then trying to see if you can get his special beam cannon and just try and nuke the enemy for as much damage as you can. That's kind of how it is with LF Piccolo, and that playstyle might not exactly be for everybody, so I don't think he's particularly too crazy of like, he's definitely probably on the lower spectrum for LF's quality as far as how he is, but he's still okay defensive unit. Like I said, I still think Cell is the go-to off yellow unit for regen. So here we are, Tapion. I'm not going to speak too much on Tapion. I think he's just a solid sub option for a movie team. He's able to provide some decent amount of utility, especially since he comes in. He already has art card reduction, all that extra stuff. But outside of that, nothing too crazy. The best thing about him when I used to use him was the fact that he has the ability to seal main abilities. And there aren't too many units that have that type of ability in the game to seal main abilities. And it is a very powerful ability. But all around, nothing too crazy. And there's that. So Green Gogeta, I really do like this unit. The best thing I think I like about him the most is just that the fact that his green card, the way it works, just the immobilized green cards are just really good. They're able to be so effective if you are able to use them right. But outside of that, he's just a pretty good offensive unit. Not really too crazy, nothing too special that we haven't really seen before. Now purple transforming Trunks, he's all around a pretty powerful strike unit, one of the best probably hard hitting strike units in the game, my personal opinion. But time transformations will just always get an L in my book. I always got to take off points for time transformations, because sometimes if you just get into like the really tough situations, then it could really not really be good having a time transformation. So there's that. So same thing with Charlotte time transformation, and the fact that his base form is so ass is that I just can't put him anywhere higher than S minus. But he definitely will stay in S tier for a while, like in the S bracket, because he is a really solid good unit. And when he is in this SJ3 form, but damn, is his base form so terrible. And time transformation. So there's that. So full power Frieza, not full power Frieza, Golden Frieza, really solid unit, able to output really good damage to Saiyans. Everybody kind of know what Golden Frieza does at this point. I don't think I need to talk about it too much. Just a crazy anti-Saiyan unit and able to put out really crazy damage. Same thing with not the same thing, but no, this guy right here, full power Cooler. Well, not full power Cooler, but final form Cooler. Well, transforming final form Cooler. I'm all over the place. He is a really good unit. Not too crazy in my personal opinion, just about average as far as what he's able to provide. But what he is able to do on Lineage of Evil is good for the team. You honestly don't really need him too much for the team if you have LF and the new LF Frieza. But it's not to the point to where you can really choose between either one of them. They're both just about the same as far as how good they're able to provide, how much utility they're able to provide for their team. So there's that. So yeah, never been too big on that unit though, but I'm not gonna lie. So God Goku, he's good. What he's able to provide is really cool. His immobilized green card is probably the best highlight to his kit in my personal opinion. But he's not doing nothing too crazy. The best, that and his ability to increase your cards by 70. That was one of the most brokenest things that he had going on. But currently with the meta is that there's just no real place for him, especially because Gaki's kind of on the more lower end this meta. It's mostly all movie regen and a little bit of androids with a little bit of fusions, other little mixed match teams mixed in there and there. So there's that. So Super 17, I've never been too crazy on this unit, but I do respect him a lot more because I used to talk him a lot, and I do think he's a lot better than I first initially anticipated. So he's really good all around. His stats, I think his blast damage is pretty solid. Best thing about him is those cover rescue with blast cards and how he can absorb ultimates. They don't say that. They need to start saying that when they have people who have green cards or cover rescue that absorb ultimates, because his cover ratio absorb ultimates, but a lot of people don't know that. So there's that. Hit will always be an S plus. I mean, not S, but he will always be in this S bracket. Hit is the crit god. I'm not even gonna speak on it. The reason why Hit doesn't get as much play as he does, because you kind of got to be a skill type player, or you got to just be playing a certain way to run Hit. You got to know what you're doing, because Hit gets bodied, and he does, and his team building is not. It's really predictable to know no counter against it, but Hit can do some stuff pretty crazy things. So I still want to put him at S minus. So there's that. So this Genyu Goku is really good, mostly because his debuffs and his ability to still Dragon Ball, so he get a rise rush more faster. All around, that's just pretty much all he offers to the team as far as just being a good unit. Really solid for if you want to run him with Broly and Chile, in my personal opinion. And is that. So next we have SSB Kaioken. Now time transformations always take an L in my book, so that's why he's kind of down here with the rest of them. It would all put some really good strike damage, really crazy good strike damage. But outside of that, that's all he's really offering offering to the team. This is a good strike unit, able to put out some good strike damage, but I feel like his time transformation just held him back a little bit. So there is that. So all around, I think that's as far as I'm gonna go today as far as the units. I mean, let's see, Android 21, free to play Android 21, she's pretty solid. She's definitely worthy of being S plus. Like, her debuffs are probably the best thing for her. Zenkai Broly, I don't really have too much opinions on this guy after I used him. He's just okay in my personal opinion. Now looking on it, how he aged, definitely easily replaceable. Who else? LF Gohan, he's still pretty good. Nah, LF Gohan kind of fall off. I almost debated putting him at A. I'm not going to cap. Blue Goku, still pretty good, still pretty solid, good unit for God Key. Let's see, transforming Gogeta, still really crazy, able to pull out really crazy damage with a special move. Buhan, I know a lot of people don't get a lot of respect to Buhan anymore ever since Buu took his place, but he still is a top tier green unit for a region. Don't get it twisted. And also Zenkai Goku, he's okay to me, as I only have Zeka level 1, and Zeka level 1, he's not really all that good. So yeah, there's that. So, your boy is finally done running his track, talk about these units. So yeah, sorry that this month tier list was a little late. Sorry, I told you I was just trying to find new ways if I can. I was trying to spice up the tier list. Didn't really actually come up with any new ideas or anything like that, but no, that's this month tier list. Tell me what you guys think about this tier list. I know there's always going to be debates because some people argue, like, everybody evaluates units differently. I respect that. So I always know it's just, we were just all having fun out here. This is all supposed to be just good fun and shit like that, while be also trying to be informative and just tell you guys what are the best competitive units in the game. So this is it. So it's your boy Hakai. Go last guy for more content. Tell me what you guys think about this. Tell me what you guys think about this tier list. Tell me what you guys think about April. I'm gonna have an update on how I feel about doing the tier list next month, because I'm trying to balance it out to where I have my tier list set up perfectly for the 1 year anniversary. And I might skip out on doing the tier list next month, but I'll update you guys on that if that ever actually happens. So it's your boy Hakai. Go last guy for more content. So what you guys think about this. Rest of my outro so many times, man. I am done and I'm out. I'm done talking. Whoa, time to go chop this up and put it in the editing and put this on the tube. Yeah, I'm out.